puppet!
William Ruto!
U.S. 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 puppet! Kenyans are smarter than the system thought they were. Do you want to know what a revolution looks like? It looks like this.
William Ruto!
U.S. puppet!
William Ruto!
U.S. puppet! And it sounds like this. The smell of concussion grenades and smoke bombs are the smell of freedom. The smell of freedom and the sting of tear gas and the pain of rubber bullets is how the future gets paid for when you're fighting against a regime that has their hand in your pocket but can't take your heart. So yeah, the bullet's not too bad. A little bit of ice can take care of that. But the heart remains steadfast in all of this. To God be the glory. This is not a passing phase in Africa. This is not a fuzzy feel-good-for-the-moment trend that the puppet masters were saying it was. This is a revolution that will be told to the grandchildren of Africans around the world as their children and their children's children reap the fruits and struggles of their labors. Wake up, world. There's a new sheriff on earth and nothing's gonna stop it. Unless, of course, they decide to ban 90% of the media, but that would wreak havoc on the marketing revenue that could be gained as the world wants the truth of the global events as raw and unfiltered as they can get it, because the mainstream media is noticing people are actually pretty smart and they can handle the truth and deal with it accordingly. And Kenyans, all you Kenyans out there right now, all you Kenyans, I take my hat off to you and I salute the bravery and the courage and the tenacity and audacity to stand up and call it like you see it. They chant U.S. puppet, U.S. puppet, as if they didn't see their leader meet with Blinken and Kamala Harris in the Silicon Valley Broadway fake and toxic media display, clinking champagne glasses and declaring an army of Kenyans to go fight in Haiti? Really? Of course that takes money from the people's pockets and they ain't gonna have it no more. Game over, Western influence. You've lost and you know it. U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet! U.S. puppet!
And make sure that our demonstrations are being wrecked, okay?
Yes.
So, and we know those people who have sent them, and we are not going to fear anything.
Yes.
And I want to say this without any fear of contradiction. You guys are the ones who voted yes in the parliament. But today, we as youths in Bungoma, Webuye constituency, we are saying no to you guys. And from today henceforth, we don't recognize you guys as our leaders.
And to all of those out there, please like, subscribe, and click that notification button so when I get this information out, you can get this information in. What we're witnessing is a revolution, ladies and gentlemen. This is the revolution in Kenya. Basically, it's around Africa. It's a whole revolution that's been going on for the last year and a half, maybe 2 years, in full steam. It didn't stop with today. For any of those Americans or anybody else out there who believes in America being the land of the free, the home of the brave, and you don't think you like what you see, shame on you. If you remember correctly, the American Revolution, let me focus that right. The American Revolution was the protest on the British Parliament's tax on tea. No taxation without representation. The demonstrators boarded the ships and threw the chests of tea into the Boston Harbor. The British government considered the protest an act of treason and responded harshly. That Boston Tea Party in 1773 led to the coercive acts in 1774 and the Revolution War in 1775. Then the Declaration of Independence was written in 1776. It led to the American Revolution. The same thing you're seeing in Africa right now. So I just want to get this straight with anybody out there that think that this is not a revolution. This is a revolution. It's exactly what a revolution is. Taking control of your country back and saying, I need better representation. We are the people. This is who represents us, and this is how we're going to be represented. Unless we have to go out and represent ourselves, we'll do that. This piece right here, this girl is amazing. She's amazing. My hat's off to her. Take a listen to what she says. And if you care to, grab a drink. You see, their cause, they know what they're doing. They know why they're doing it. The lady couldn't have been any more precise than she was. God bless her. My hat's off to you, ma'am. And again, you heard the gentleman in that clip before. Nobody asked us if we could be taxed. What you have is sometimes when your government goes astray, your leaders go astray, the people are meant to put them back in place. So I do really hope that Ruto gets back in place, because his trip to the United States to begin with and start coercing with Kamala and Blinken was probably a really bad idea. Seeing in the time that Africa is in right now, getting its feet stable, sturdied back on the solid ground of independence. Listen to this gentleman here.
Scratch everything. Isikuwa ati unatoa, you are removing bits from the bill, ati ndo tuipitishe. No, scrap the entire thing, tuanze from scratch.
Scratch the entire thing. Let's try again. The thing is, they're just not going to sit there and let you do whatever you guys want to do anymore. That sounds pretty dang good. That sounds like democracy. That sounds like freedom. That sounds like the people have a choice and a say-so in where their money goes. Wish I could say as much for the United States as far as us being in wars we don't even want to be in, but our government just went out and did it anyway, even though we know there are a lot of things going on behind the scenes that they probably started it. Just my opinion. Let me know yours down below. Not only let me know yours, but if you would please, to get the message out, like, subscribe, and share it with others, because as we all know, the media, they don't like this. Whether it's the media or whether it's the government, it's all kind of the same. You know, they're in the same boat together, rowing the same ship with one another, but we have each other. We're here with one love, spreading the message all across the world so that they get the truth, so they get accurate, media and other opinions, other ideas on what's going on, not just theirs. Because we all know that theirs just hasn't really worked too well for Africa in the past or the present. But let's try to change it for the future. What say you?